My name is Tamreen and I am with my teammates Abhilasha, Vikram, Varun and Kevin. And we are so excited to share some keys from the textbook Leadership. In this presentation, we will explore what leadership really means, how it develops, and why value and ethics are the heart of the good leadership. Leadership is not just about holding a position or title, it's about influence, growth and responsibilities. Thank you for being here today. My name is Tamreen and I am with my team and we are excited to share some key lessons from the book Leadership. Enhance the lesson of experience. In the presentation, we will explore some leadership really means. Our mission today is clear. Understand the leadership is more than a title or authority. True leadership is a blend of skills, institution, and deeply held value. It is about inspiring people, building trust, and guiding a group towards shared goals. My aim is to help connect the theories we read with the book with practice lessons and experience that how our leadership plays out in the real life. By the end of the presentation, you will helpfully see how each of us, whether at work, in school, and in our personal lives, can develop as a leader in ways that are authority and impactful. In this presentation, we are going to cover all the 5 chapters. The first one is what do we mean by leadership? The second chapter, leader development. And the third chapter is skills for developing yourself as a leader. And the fourth chapter, power and influence. And the fifth, last one is value, ethics and character. And at the end of the conclusion. So let's begin with the chapter 1, which is what do you mean by the leadership? What is leadership? The book describes leadership as the process of influencing others toward achieving shared goals. Leadership is not a fixed trait. It is both a science and an art. As a science, leadership is grounded in framework, models, and systematic studies that help us understand how leaders behave. As in art, leadership involves creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence. It is also important to move beyond common myth. For example, one myth is very common, that leaders are born, not made. The truth is that leadership develops through experience and deliberate practice. There are 3 elements, which is leader, the followers, and situation. This means leaders is context depend. It changes depending on who is involved and the circumstances at hand. Let's come to the case study and example. A powerful real-world example is General Laura Eagle, the first woman to command a U.S. Army Infantry Division. She demonstrated that leadership is about competency, calm decision-making, and earning respect rather than relying on authority alone. I relate this to my personal experience leading a challenge school project. Even without a formal title, I was able to build trust within the group by listening carefully, offering reliable support, and helping to guide decisions. This taught me that leadership isn't confined to official roles, it emerged through action and influence.
Thank you, Tamri. Myself, Abhilasha, and today I'm going to talk about chapter 2, that is leader and development. Leadership doesn't happen just overnight, it develops gradually through learning and experiences. In chapter 2, we are introduced to something called the Action Observation Reflection Model, that is AOR model. This model explains how leaders grow from their day-to-day experiences. The cycle works in 3 simple ways. The first one is action. A leader takes actions. This could be by making a decision, leading a project, or trying a new approach. The second one is observation. This is the most important part. The leader watches what happened next, what worked and what didn't work well. How did people respond? And finally, the third one is reflection. Leaders think about the result, ask why things turned out the way, and consider what they could do differently next time to have the best result. When we repeat this process over and over the time, experiences stop being random. They actually turn in valuable lessons that help leaders to improve for the next time. What's powerful about this model is that it shows how leadership is not just about natural talent, it's about practice. Every success and every mistake that we do becomes a learning opportunity. If leaders stop to observe and reflect over a time, this builds a better decision making, strong confidence, and ultimately leaders better the results. Next slide, please. Now I'm going to talk about the case study that is in this chapter, that is about UPS. UPS invest heavily in leader development. Employees are rotated through different rotates levels, operation, logistics, and customer services. This gives them the chance to take a new decision, actions in unfamiliar situations. Then they observe the outcomes and discuss what happened with their mentors. And through reflection, they understand what they will do well and where they can improve so that they can get the best result. By following this process, the UPS ensures leadership growth happens at every level of the company, not just at the top of the company. I would like to share my experience. In my first job, I experienced something similar through a buddy system. I was paired with an experienced colleague who guided me, gave me feedbacks, and helped me with every step so that I can perform better and encouraged me to reflect on my own decisions. At first, I was so nervous and unsecure of myself, but on regular basis and on regular coaching, he helped me to transform mistakes into my lessons. This hands-on learning was exactly what the AR model describes. Structured feedback, turn challenges into opportunities for the growth. So the big takeaway from this is the leadership is learned, not given. We have to learn it by time and by the experience that we have experienced. By using the AOS reflection model, individual and organization can turn everyday experience into powerful result of growth. Thank you. Now I would like to invite my friend for his next slide.
Thank you, Abhilasha. My name is Vikram, and today I am going to explain chapter 3. So the third chapter focuses on personal leadership skills. A key insight is that the first 90 days in a new role are critical. This period sets the foundational for building credibility and trust. During this time, leaders need to prepare, observe, and act in a way that establish confidence among their teams. So, another tool highlighted is the GAPS analysis, which stands for goals, ability, perception, and standards. This analysis helps leaders to understand where they are, identify strengths and their weaknesses, and set a personal goal for them. It's essential a self-assessment framework that helps leaders stay intentional about their development. Now, please another slide. So when I started a new role, I applied similar principle. I researched what was expected of me, took time to observe team dynamic and build relationship through my own networking. I also kept a reflective journal to evaluate what was going well and what needed improvement. These steps helped me adapt quickly and gain credibility. A useful resource at this stage was this video, how to success in your first 90 days as a leader, which reinforced the importance of preparation and reflection. Can you please start the video?
Leadership skills. What the heck are they? Why are they important? And how do you develop them? You don't already today. I'm Jenny Ryu. I'm a former Bain consultant, and I'm the managing director of Management Consulting. And I'm here today to talk about 8 key leadership skills that we help organizations train in. These are some of the major skills that if you have a deficit in them, you'll find that you're not promoting, you're not advanced, you don't have people that work under you, and you're not given full responsibility to take projects and run them. We want to fix that. And so I'm going to share with you today what these leadership skills are, how to pursue them through leadership training, how to be a leader, regardless of whether your position says that you're a leader or not. The first 4 leadership skills that we're going to talk about are what skills. They're about what you do as a leader. And the second core skills that we talk about are how skills. They're about how you do something as a leader. The what skills are usually foundational skills.
So this video is about 10 and more minutes. So you can see as a reference. Now I would like to invite my friend Varun for further slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram. Now I'm going to talk about chapter 4, which is power and influence. So in this we will talk about leadership, which also involves understanding and using power responsibly. Power is defined as the incapacity to influence others, while leadership is more about using that power to guide others and to inspire. And French and James identify 5 bases of power, in which we talk about the first one, which is expert power, which is about influence based on knowledge and skills. Second one is referent power, in which we are going to talk about influence based on respect and administration. And third one is about legitimate power. It's about authority tied to a position. And fourth one is about reward power, which is ability to provide incentives. And lastly, we're going to talk about coercive, in which coercive power is about ability to punish and to enforce. So leaders can use various influence tactics such as persuasion, consultation, or inspiration, but the key is whether these tactics lead to a genuine commitment or just a surface level compliance. Now we will talk about case and examples. First case study is the PM's better half. In this, we talk about an example from the book in the Prime Minister's Wives in Singapore, who, without holding any formal office, was highly influential. Her expertise and relationship gave her both expert and referent power. In my own life, I see this in my grandmother's life. Like, she has no power or authority in the family, but her wisdom, experience, and fairness make her the most respected person in the family and also the influential person. People listen to her not because they have to, but because they value her guidance, they value her knowledge. This demonstrates how influence rooted in respect can be more powerful than authority. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, all my team members, and thank you, Varun. So from here, I'm going to take this presentation forward. So you can see this is my part of the presentation, and the topic is values, ethics, and character. So this is obviously the chapter that we learned in our leadership course. So what does this mean about that? This final chapter, it's actually teaches us that leadership must be ethical to be sustainable at the same time. So actually it is not enough for any individual to achieve its goals. Leaders must do with its complete integrity and character. So that's what true leader is all about. And at the same time, the 2 approaches that we need to focus on and that stand out here is that authentic leadership and servant leadership. What does authentic leadership means? That when a particular leader, when one individual is genuine, he is self-aware at the same time and consistent in their values. This is what authentic leadership means. On the second hand, what does servant leadership means? That when a particular leader prioritizes the needs of their followers and focuses on uplifting them. So this is what the 2 approaches mean. And these both approaches creates trust and build a positive and ethical climate amongst its group members or its followers, as we say. Leaders who embody those values and inspires loyalty are a long-term commitment to their work towards their followers. So that is it. So I think that is it for this particular part. And just to increase the more knowledge about this topic, I'm gonna also provide you with the video, which is going to give us some more in-depth knowledge about what the ethical leadership is about. Can you please open the video link? So this is my second part of the presentation, where I'm going to share a case study and one example. I'm going to share, but the case study is about the Clif Bar. You can see over here. I've also provided the summary and key insights. So we know that what Clif Bar does, a company that provides a strong case in here in our topic, when they were offered a chance to sell the company, but and at a good profit, but the owners choose instead of preserve their values and independence. So this decision of the owners showed that what ethical leadership is about, and sometimes prioritizing principles over financial gain is quite important thing to do. So if I talk about myself, I faced a smaller situation when once decision that I declined a sort of sponsorship offer because it got conflicted with my group. So with my group's name, although it didn't meant losing financial support, it reinforced trust and credibility with my team. So what I feel that staying true to your values is not quite easy at all times, but it builds integrity with leadership. So this is all from.
In conclusion, leadership is a continuous and evolving journey. It's not a title, but a practice that involves learning through experience, and it is a continuous journey. Second one is developing personal skills and credibility that we have used in GAPS analysis. Third one is exercising power responsibly and ethically. And the last one is it is a responsible building a strong foundation of values, integrity, and characters. Great leaders adapt to changing environments, situations, and reflect on their own experiences and remain true to their principles. Leadership is not just lived every day, it is a small action and decision that changes every day. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time and attention. The lesson from this textbook combined with real life case study example and personal reflection remind us that leadership is not fixed. It is something we develop, practice and learn. I hope this insight encourage you to think about how you can grow as a leader in your own journey. I will now be happy to answer any of your questions.